everybody.
Hello,
How's
hello.
how's it going?
Hope everyone is doing great tonight, this evening, regardless of where you're at.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's throw you guys into the chat with us up here on the screen really quick. Let's see. We have, and again, if we miss any of you, just scream at us and um,
We'll
we'll
laugh.
we'll laugh. Yeah. No, never. All right. And we have Kelly with us tonight again. Welcome back, Kelly. Glad to see you here tonight. Hope you're
Welcome
doing well.
back.
And we have Miss Stacy. Welcome back, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
We have the hot daddy, Mr. Adventure 50 in the house.
Hey, Lance. How's it going?
Let's see. Blind Woo, welcome back.
Welcome back, Blind.
LCAP, welcome back. Glad to have you here tonight.
Good to see you, LCAP.
Welcome back, Caleb. And you did great on that video for it being your first video. I
Yep.
saw no issues with it. I know you said there were some things that you thought you needed to work on. You do you, but otherwise you did great.
Yeah, love the video. And love the fact that you were so excited you felt the need to do a video. That's awesome.
While I'm at it really quick, I'm going to add him as a mod so he can post his channel link.
Oh,
you guys make sure you go subscribe to Caleb. He has just now started to put some videos out. Great content. I like to see more of the knives that he was showing us other than the ASGEIR. Of course, you know I'm going to be partial to the ASGEIR. But yeah, he has some other ones that he also said were coming that he was going to review on and let us know. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment, and let's show him some support. So great job again, Caleb.
You have been wrenched.
Yes. Brian Kerr, welcome back. I'm glad to see you.
Welcome back.
Let's see. Burkle Saracote. He says, hey, y'all.
Hey, Burkles.
Hello. Hope you're having a good evening. We've got Bando Picks in the house. Welcome back, Bando. Glad to have you here as always. We have Joseph. Welcome back. Glad to see you as well.
Hey, Joseph.
We have the Max. Welcome, Max.
Welcome back, Max.
What, early morning for you there where you're at? Let's see. Fook, welcome back.
Hey, Fook.
And Brian says, I'm the cause of a new rule at work today. What did you do, Brian?
Yeah, you got to share that story.
Yes, we have to know. Caleb says, thank you so much, Marissa and Marshall. You guys are amazing. You're amazing too, Caleb. Like I said, you're doing great. Keep it up. Because we definitely want to see more videos from you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I love seeing, as you guys know, we try to support everybody. And I love seeing the content that you guys put out. And one of the many things, because there's many reasons why I love the knife community here on YouTube, is because when I watch your content, I actually learn new things. And I also love everybody's opinions on the knives that they're reviewing. And because I like good and honest reviews, that's like Adventure 50. He did a live Saturday night. And I don't know if you guys saw it or not. If you didn't, go and watch it. Make sure you give you some viewage. But he was talking about where having integrity when it comes to reviewing knives. And I honestly, I know I would personally, but I think it's better to give an honest review as long as you can offer some constructive criticism and because not every knife that we get, we're going to be like totally happy with. There's going to be some issue with it. So I think even when companies, even because we have a pass around that's happening, I think it's our third one, isn't it our third? But it's like, that's like we told everyone that will be receiving those knives and doing the reviews. We want you to give honest reviews. We're not going to tell you what to say, and it's how it should be. So I know personally, if I'm going to review a knife, I'm going to give my honest opinion, because I tell you what, when we first did the prototyping for the ASGEIR, I was like, I don't like this. So, but we made changes and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I could go on and on about that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Um, I I love your opinions on knives, and sometimes everyone's is different. But again, absolutely love that. War Room EDC, welcome back. Glad to have you here.
Welcome back, War Room.
Let's see. Brian said, I set off the smoke alarm vaping, so now no more vaping in the office. Shame on you, Brian.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be doing that. Oh, man. You guys are something else. So tonight, we're going to be tearing down one of the knives that I know about is the Kaiser Vindicator.
Yeah.
It is currently out of rotation, but we're still going to tear it down, and we're going to talk about like the limits and the weaknesses of knives. So it kind of falls back to like when I was talking about reviewing knives, honestly. So there's certain things about knives, as we all know, that can make them weak, can limit them to their usage. But we're going to take it apart, and Marshall's going to explain to all of us about like the limits and the weaknesses on these knives. So yeah. Brian. Brian said cops showed up and everything.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised you didn't get a timeout in the corner, Brian. What are we going to do with him? Also, before we get started on the knife teardown, I just wanted to remind everybody this Saturday, we're going to have an all-female knife panel. Also, we're going to be doing a giveaway, but we're going to have some ladies that are going to be special guests, and we're going to be talking all things knives and all things EDC. So yeah, make sure that you guys tune in for that. That's going to be actually really, really fun. Marshall's going to be on the road traveling. So if everyone would just send up some prayers and thoughts for his safety, and because it's going to be a very, very long trip for him. He will be driving from California to Mississippi. So yes. Also, I wanted to cover really quick. I just saw None for Now. Welcome back, None for Now. Glad you're here.
Welcome back.
Max said, I rescued a cat 2 weeks ago. Then my dog died on Thursday. It's been a harsh week. I tell you, I am so sorry, Max.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Losing our fur babies just is absolutely heartbreaking, because they are truly, they're like our kids. They're a member of our family. And it's something very, very hard to deal with. Truly. Welcome back, Colleen. Glad to see you here. And really quick, I wanted to cover, we have now started passing around the document for the Edge Alliance. Basically what the Edge Alliance is, I'll just read to you what I have created on the document, because my brain's like in 5 million different places right now. But excuse me, it says the Edge Alliance was created to host a one-day YouTube marathon, which is back-to-back lives, and it's every Sunday, featuring knife channels. So it's fostering community support while delivering an enjoyable experience for viewers and fans. So basically what's going to be happening is one knife channel is going to go live for the time slot that they choose. And then right after that, another knife channel will be going live. And so this will be happening all day long. So that way you, the viewers, get to just have like a full-on marathon of lives. And We're eventually trying to get to the point where, like, once a month, all of the channels that is a part of the Edge Alliance is able to do a giveaway. So everybody just has kind of like a giveaway spree. But we're still working on that part of it, because we don't want any knife channel to be in a position where they feel like they have to do a giveaway when they don't. So what I'm going to do, if you do have a knife channel, and let me go over here to the stream. If you do have a knife channel, I'm going to post a link to the document in the chat. You need to go and pick your time slot. And Jim T, welcome back. Glad to see you here this evening.
Welcome back, Jim.
So you guys, like I said, if you have a knife channel and you're wanting to participate in that, click the link, pick your time slot. You can do 1 hour, 2 hours, whichever you choose to do. We already have slots filling up. So again, if you have a channel, make sure if you want to participate in the marathon, then you pick a time slot. So let me go and paste this. All right, so it is posted in the chat. Again, we already have time slots filling up, and it won't start this coming Sunday, but it will start the next. So we have time for all the other channels to be able to pick a slot and participate. So also, one more thing. When our live ends, Help with Gadgets is going to be going live, and he's going to be doing a 1K subscriber giveaway.
Yep.
So when you leave us, make sure you skedaddle on over to his channel and join his live, show him some support. So I'm going to leave his link really quick. So make sure you're subscribed to Help with Gadgets, so that way you can go support him and partake of the giveaway live that he's doing tonight. And we'll remind you again.
Yeah.
We know a lot of you guys are busy. So War Room EDCs, are you guys going to be at Blade Show? We're not going to be at Blade Show, Texas, because Marshall's will be in the middle of a move. But we will definitely be at Blade Show Atlanta. So, and we're actually, I think there's a lot of you that I know for sure that are going to be at Atlanta. So we're definitely going to see you guys there. You're probably going to see us roaming around, getting into trouble, but that's what we do.
Filming, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yes. And Gonzo, welcome back. Glad to see you. Bando Pix says, I will be at Blade Show Atlanta. Great. We'll be able to see you there. Max said, and a boiler busted, so no hot water for a bloody week. The gift that keeps giving. If it's not one thing, it's another. True.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having a bad go of it, Max.
None for now says, is he here or getting ready? Is who here? In case I'm lost on the conversation. And I know you guys talk to each other, so
They might be talking about Help with Gadgets.
Okay. He's probably getting ready. Barbie, I don't know if you were here. I posted the link already for the Edge Alliance Marathon, the document to pick your time slot. I also sent you a message on IG. So slots are filling up fast. So make sure you go and pick yours, because I know you said you wanted to be a part of it. War Room EDC will be at Blade Show Atlanta. So yeah, we're gonna have our Legion Steel gear on. You won't be able to miss us. So yeah. And if you guys see us, come up, please say hello. We'd love to meet you in person. That would make me truly happy, because we finally get to meet you guys. And welcome back, Barbie. I saw you pop up in the chat.
Welcome back.
So, Um, oh, help with gadgets. No, he's not in here. But if you guys need me to post his link again, I can. Or if another one of you want to post his link again, go ahead and post your own links to your sites.
Yep, absolutely. And Kelly, you were talking about your or not Kelly, sorry, Colleen. You were talking about your Hanks. Go ahead and post your Etsy store in here. Don't be shy about it.
And thank you, Kelly, for posting the link to that again, to the Edge Alliance. All right, none for now. Was it just me, or did all the Blade HQ and Knife Center guys look like they came off of a week-long bender after SHOT Show? SHOT Show can stay pretty busy, so they were probably going nonstop.
Yep.
Welcome, Jeff. Glad to have you here.
Good to see you, Jeff.
And if you guys noticed, I finally gave my husband a wrench. Since you guys fussed at me last time. But no, I did. I gave him a wrench. Let's see. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. And again, like I said, this Saturday, we're going to have an all-female knife panel on the live, plus a giveaway. So make sure you guys show up for that. Show all the ladies some support. And I'm actually excited about doing that because I feel like we don't have enough women in the knife community that, are super involved, like a lot of the ladies that we have already. So I love that. And I love getting their opinions and their thoughts on certain things. But like I said, it's going to be all things knives and EDC. So again, make sure you tune in Saturday. Barbie said, her and Rolf are still feeling like crap, been sleeping off and on. Yeah, I hope you guys get better soon, because I know y'all been sick for several days now. And it seems like some kind of bug is going around. And so, yeah. I hope you guys do feel better soon. Fook, you gave your hubby a wrench. How are we supposed to put him in timeout when you wink now?
Oh, that's funny.
Well, see, I can make you guys like managing moderators and leave him standard moderator. No, I'm kidding. Now, for now, I was surprised that a lot of vendors had to look at cards for specs. If I was at a booth, I would know that stuff front and back. Oh, yeah. Very, very true. Really good point. Barbie, that's right, Marissa. We definitely need more of us. Yeah, we truly do. All right. So I think I have everybody covered from the chat. Again, if we missed you guys saying hello, yeah, just holler at us and we'll get you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let Marshall. Let's see, really quick, Colleen. I'm in elementary school and we are suffering every bug, including all flus, RSV, and COVID. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah. Hope you're staying safe there, Colleen. Hope you don't get that mess.
If you do, definitely call out, just rest and get through it. And
really quick, before I do pull Marshall's peep cam up, I want to know, as always, what's on the dinner menu tonight. So what's on your plate and what's in your pocket? For me tonight, I'm carrying my Kershaw Blur. I've been using it all day today, opening packages and whatnot. And I have another package that came in today. It's part of my birthday gift, something that I really, really, really have been wanting. But I'm going to wait and open it up probably tomorrow. So you guys will be able to see probably a video on that. And I have, because of everything's going on, I have a whole bin full of stuff. But that's not really showing anything in here that I got to go through and check out. So, but again, let me know what's on your plate and what's in your pocket. What are you carrying tonight?
Tonight I'm carrying my Pena dog leg from this steel series with the fat carbon fiber. So I was giving the ASGEIR a break today. It needed some rest. It's been working hard.
All right. And while we're getting Marshall ready, I'm going to come over here and see what you guys are carrying. Jim says she got a thing for the Blur. Yeah, I love the Blur. I truly do. I love it. I absolutely love it. And you know how it is. Like, it's just something you can grab. I reach for it a lot. I reach for the Kershaw Misdirect a lot. And yeah, I like giving it a workout. I mean, she's great. Yes, I'm calling it a she. All right, let's see what you guys are eating and carrying. Now, for now, it says cutting thick pork chops now. 80-15 on me. Nice.
Cool.
You doing fried pork chops? See, I got to know that. Kelly says butter, curry, chicken. Hey, no seafood tonight. What?
Yeah, that's kind of out of the ordinary there.
Yeah, we need to check on Kelly. Make sure she's okay. And brown rice. Sounds good, Kelly. Barbie says Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and corn. Man,
that sounds like a Hungry Man TV dinner.
We need to go to their houses. I'm telling you. Kelly, Devo Stout 80s camo, Corgi V, and of course my pickle still red. Freya. LMAO. Hey, your pockets are full.
Yep.
Bando, I have a TKL Piranha and O-Light Artfield Ultra, and dinner is Chili Mac. Oh, Chili Mac is good. Really good. Jim, mini beef quesadillas.
Oh, nice. Are those in your pocket, though, or is that what you're eating? Or both?
I hope they're not in his pocket, but you know what? If you do, Jim, that's okay. It's all right. You can still pull them out your pocket and jump on them. Max, I might have to get some bacon sandwiches on the go. That sounds good, Max. Man, nothing beats a bacon sandwich. El Cap, Spyderco Stretch 2XL.
Nice.
Nice. Let's see. And Jeff says, I don't need a knife. Got pew-pews. Yes, he does. And I can't show you because we're on the live. I don't want to get hit by the YouTube. But yeah, he does carry too. Right now, he's been trying out the Ozark Trail Orange. He's been giving that a go and seeing how he likes it. And so far, it's doing good. So, and if Jeff has any other issues with it, he can let us know in the chat. Let's see. Colleen, Arby's fries, bacon cheeseburger. In my bag carrying Wright blades, laugh keychain frame, lock knife, aluminum. Nice.
Cool. Arby's sounds good.
Yes. Food carried Cold Steel Engage 3.5, Kaiser Kobold 2, Leatherman ARC, and O-Light Arcflex 8-pot roast.
Very nice.
I love a good pie roast. Marissa, my package has still not arrived. This is crazy. Nobody knows what's going on at the post office. So upset.
Wow.
Yeah. Mine right here. I'm trying not to show the shipping on it, but mine was supposed to have been in Saturday, and I just got it today. So I've been watching the tracking on your package too, Barbie, and I'm like, man, I'm hoping that it gets to you at least by tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope it gets there quick.
Yeah, Cassius EDC,
Welcome back,
Glad
Cassius.
to have you here tonight. Caleb, I have my ASGEIR and a Kershaw Link Tonto with a Civivi Scintilla.
Very nice.
Nice. Gotta love the Kershaw.
And the ASGEIR.
Flytanium, welcome. I got a Magna Cut Mordax and a prototype arcade. Oh. How are you liking that arcade, Flytanium? I'm curious about that. Gonzo, chili cheese tots and carrying a CRK large and cozy.
Very cool.
Wyoming Adventures, welcome.
Welcome back, Wyoming.
Glad to have you back. And for those who just came in, I'm asking what is on your plate tonight and what is in your pocket, because you guys, you already know we're going to talk knives, but we always talk food on our lives. We have to, if you don't come in hungry, you're going to leave hungry. So
I'm always starving by the end of these.
Cash said, I'm carrying my Civivi Conspirator. Nice.
Very cool.
Caleb says, wanted a package hatchet. Went to the bathroom, came back, and gone. Oh. Jim, I want a Fixie Kick Hidden Canyon today. Me and you both, Jim. That's all I've been getting lately are the Fixies, and I'm actually excited about some of them. They're more, the ones that I got are more on the budget line. So that means they're like $1 to $50. And because I wanted to try them out to see if it's something I'd recommend to you guys. But I'm liking them so far. So hopefully this week I'll have some videos out on that. But how are you liking that Hidden Canyon, Jim? Barbie? Carrying my Civivi Duras.
Nice.
Flytanium says, still at work, not eating anything yet. You're probably going to go buy out the whole grocery store.
Yeah. By the time this is done.
By the time. Yep. Bando, I only keep tots in my pockets. Ron Crow, hey everyone. Welcome back, Ron. Glad to see you. Oh, food, good idea. We need OTF quesadillas.
We need an OTF quesadilla dispenser, you know. Pull it out of your pocket.
Right.
Hit a button and the quesadilla pops up.
Right. Venture 50. So Lance says, I'm cooking a London broil as we speak. I'm carrying a Rosecraft Tarcanus that was gifted to me by Raybo 34. I dropped the unboxing video yesterday. I saw that, Lance. I saw
Very
that.
Cool.
That's a pretty nice knife. Jim says, pocket quesadilla? Wyman Adventures carrying a Civivi Scintilla today.
Very nice.
Brian is having spaghetti Alfredo and a button lock Elementum. I hope you're not eating the Elementum. So
that could get kind of painful.
Yeah. All right, see if I... Foop said, PPUs are great for opening Amazon packages and cutting apples. Yeah, if you want anything left of your Amazon package.
Or the apple. Depending
upon what you use. Yeah. I don't recommend the buckshot. Blind Woo said white bean turkey chili and carrying my Chavez 229 kickstop. Nice. Let's see. War Room EDC says 8010 TKL Night Guard 2.0 You all of y'all are rocking it tonight with what you carry in. Got some good stuff in them pockets. You can drop it off at, with me. I won't tell anybody. Let's see. None for now. Pork chops were seasoned and seared in cast iron and finished in oven. That sounds so good.
They do. Oh, wow. Ugh.
And Jeff says, the Ozark seems like a decent knife. Again, you guys, he's talking about the Ozark Trail from Wally World. And I was watching, I don't know if Joseph is still on here, EDC reviewer, but he was talking about, I was watching his, and he was saying that people were paying $40, $50 for these things on eBay.
Wow.
So yeah, if you guys can't get any, let me know. We have like tons of I live by like 3 Walmarts. Let me know. Just let me know. And some of these are going to be in a giveaway anyway. That's why they're still packaged. So yeah, let me know. Let's see. Why McVentures says, thanks again, Legion, for being so generous on DVD's giveaway.
No problem, Wyoming.
Kevin Smith and Knives says, LSK. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Kevin, what's on your plate tonight and what's in your pocket? So food and knives, you guys. Remember that. Hope you're doing well, Kevin. Bando left the special soda in the freezer. Okay. You guys are something else. Kevin, just sniffed my Vero Impulse Thin. Much, much better.
I'm not even going to ask on that. I'm hoping it's a typo for a skiff.
Yeah, you know what? If you guys sniff your knives, I'm not going to judge.
That's a
I'm so
different kind of weird.
Yes. Ron says, y'all know the routine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that y'all do. Food and knives. So, let's see.
And be safe if you're commuting, too.
Yes. Max says, you two are going to make me fat eating this time of night. I'm sorry, Max. You know, so I figure once Marshall gets out here, we're going to go live while we're cooking bacon. So that way we can have like the sniff-a-rama view type thing. You know, you have the smells coming through.
Need to invent a smell cam
on the
for
live. That. Yes. Ron says, I'll be listening. Yes, drive safely, please, yep. Ron. Let's see. Flytanium says, we are just testing it out, making sure it's good for everyone before we release it. Great to hear. Let's see. It's always nice whenever you get some knives in that you can test out. Yep. And I always love that part. Not necessarily that when it's ours either. So Caleb is wanting to know from Wyoming, what color is your scintilla? And there's Ryder. Welcome back, Ryder. Glad to have you here.
Welcome back, Ryder.
Is that a Vindicator in a custom EDC tray? Yes, it is, Ryder. And let me go over here so you can see it a little better.
Yeah, it's just a little part tray.
And if you want to tell them who made the tray.
So this tray was machined out by Jason Reynolds. He's been in one of our videos and been on our live. He was here for our birthday live and made the custom knife that we gave away in that live. And he made this up for us. It was very kind of him. And yep, it's just for holding all the little parts. That way you don't lose them. Got the driver bits up here. So very cool.
And welcome, Bradford. Glad to see
Welcome
you.
back, Bradford.
He says, hello, Marshall and Marissa. Let's see. And again, Kelly is posting the link to the document that you guys are going to need for the Edge Alliance. It's where we're having back-to-back lives every Sunday. So you'll need to click on that link if you're a knife channel and go to that. So that way, pick your time slot. And it's filling up. Let's see. I'm going to check it really quick to see where we're at. So we already have.
I'm gonna step out real quick. Just a moment.
And we have Help with Gadgets, Bando Picks, of course, us, Adventure 50. So make sure you go in there, pick your time slot. You can pick an hour, you can pick 2 hours. So yeah, make sure you head in there, pick the time slot that you guys want, because literally when one live ends, another one will be starting. So that way our viewers in our knife community basically has the back-to-back lives where they get to see everybody, and it's good just like fostering the community and everything. And like I said, we're eventually going to try and do where we have giveaways like once a month on that Sunday. So but again, if you wish to participate in the Edge Alliance, click that link, go into the document, pick your time slot, and yeah, that's when you'll be going live. And it's not going to start this Sunday. It will be starting the following Sunday because we want to give everybody time to pick a slot. All right. Thank you again, Kelly, for posting that. All right. Max, sorry, not sorry. Hey, guys. Let's see. Bradford Mitchell. Marissa, what did you get for your birthday? Well, I got a salted caramel cheesecake, and I got a chocolate pie. Went out to a really nice dinner after church, and I have this, and I know what it is, but I'm like, I want to wait and open it so you guys can see it, because I actually want to share that with you guys. But it's something, those of you who know me well know what I have been wanting and looking for a very, very long time. And that's what's in here. So, yes, it's a knife. But so I am super excited about that. So yeah. Kelly, she got a hard time. Actually, what I did was after church and then going to eat a nice lunch and everything, I came home and I refused to work. I was like, I'm not working on anything. I'm not even going to open my laptop. I did not. I just curled up, watched a movie, and did absolutely nothing. So, but then Monday I was back at it. So that's what I did. All right. Wyoming says bacon. Love to put my eggs in the bacon pan. Yes, that is really, like, cook them together. And if you like layer strips of bacon over the top of the egg and flip it and then put some cheese on the other, like flip it all. Yeah, you could just actually roll it up and there you go. That's actually really good. Okay, so I know we're not a recipe channel. But I got a recipe from Barbie a while back for her cowboy chili. And y'all, that stuff was good. It was really, really good. So I do enjoy that part of this. Barbie says, I need some new knives. I showed all of mine.
We all need new
Yes.
knives every day.
Can never have too many. And that's my problem is I'm constantly like scrolling and it's like, ooh, I want this one. Ooh, I want that. Yeah. But like I said, what's in the box here, I've been looking for and finally found, and now I have a new one that I'm after. So,
Story of our lives.
yes, Caleb says, you should see my attempt of an EDC tray. The Bridgeport was not my friend. Have a great night, Flytanium. Thank you for stopping in.
Thank you, Flytanium. It was great to have you here.
War Room EDC going in alert mode. Got to read to my daughter and get her to bed. No, that's sweet. Yes. Kids first. Kids and family first always. Barbie says, I'm trying for 5 p.m. Eastern time. Barbie, just you don't have to make it fancy with your logo and everything like I've done for everybody else. Just put in your channel name, your link, and I'll go back in and fix the rest, because once the document's filled up, I'm going to put it into a PDF form and just email it to everybody. Gonzo, when is the 24-hour live? I don't know. We've considered it. We've considered doing just like a nonstop stream with just constant information and stuff. But that would we actually have a lot on our plates right now. So that's why the Edge Alliance is more, what would you call it? More doable, because we have other people that can do the lives and benefit from doing basically, I want to say almost, it's over a 12-hour continuous live stream from, different knife channels. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate that. Kelly's like, leak. Kelly. Yes. That's what's in there. And I am like super excited to check it out. So I won't, my hand, I'm just like, you guys, I'm telling you, it's killing me, but I'm excited at the same time. And this was actually a birthday present for my husband. He was like, okay. So yes, very nice of him to get that. He knows I've really been wanting it. Max, I've got to go. Sorry, I can't stay longer. I've got to get up super early. My missus has just informed me. See you soon, guys. Later. Thanks. Have a great night, Max. Have a great night,
Max.
Thank you for stopping in.
Don't anger the missus.
Mm-hmm. Sundays are good. Only one live I go to that day. Yeah. And we notice like people normally go live like Monday through Saturday. So I figure Sundays would be great for those who want to be part of the marathon. So it says 2, I forgot Grumpy. Bando says, I need more knives is the motto.
Yep. Always.
Gonzo, my motto is safety third. And Brian, we all need more knives. Yes. Caleb, I have a Kershaw on the way from Titanium Justin, which was really cool. What kind is it, Caleb? I must know. Welcome back, Knives and Gear Insights. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. I am still 29 and holding, you guys. I'm just sticking with that. Even though 29 for me was a very long time ago. But it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to let Marshall take over this and start breaking down the knife. And we're going to be, Caleb says, I don't know, Marissa. It's a surprise. The Kershaw, you're lucky. You're lucky. Very, very lucky. Addicted to knives. Welcome. It says, I promise there gets to a point you have too many knives.
No.
I don't know about that.
I've had a massive collection before in the past, and I still wanted more. There was a period of time where you couldn't go anywhere and there wasn't, at least a dozen knives within a foot or two of me in my home.
Yeah, Gonzo. I have a Jimmy Crow custom. I won from Clint on the way. Nice, Gonzo.
Very nice.
I want to see pictures of that. Let's see. Caleb, we are all 29 at heart. Yep. Stacy, be proud of the age you are. Being seasoned is a badge of honor. I'm very proud of my age. I mean, I don't understand how some women have an issue with like telling their age. I am 49 years old. I have one more year of being in my 40s before I hit the big 5-0. And I decided about a year ago to, you know what, I'm happy with the way the Lord made me. I have a natural built-in silk. My hair is growing in silver, like literally right here. That's it, like right here. So I have a natural built-in money piece. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to embrace it. And, I deserve it. So, hey, why not? I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah. So let's see. Knives and Gear Insights. My video of the Machine Wise shop tour is live. If you're interested, awesome. Yes, definitely interested. We'll definitely go check that out. Oh yeah. Gonzo, my wife tells me I'm 12 all the time. Yeah, sometimes I feel like all my kids are grown now, and a lot of times when people ask me, they're like, how many kids you got? And, I would include my husband in that and be like, oh, I'm still raising them all. So, Lance, I look through all the knife vendors to plan the knives I want in the future. My wish lists are huge.
I know that feeling.
Welcome, Clint.
Welcome, Clint.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get started, Marshall. And
all right.
Go ahead. And for those who are just now coming in, what's on your plate and what's in your pocket while Marshall enlightens us on things in the knife world.
So one of the things I wanted to talk about is, all knives have limitations. And I think there's features in a knife that you can look for that reduce the limitations. But it's always good to understand some of the limitations that are there inherently that you might not think of. And so we're going to take this apart so that I can demonstrate some of them. We're not going to do a full disassembly. Just going to get it apart enough to show you some of the inherent weaknesses that you have in a knife. All right, and now, let's see, it should be this one.
What size are you using, Marshall?
Well, that one was just a T8, T6s for the screws back there. All right, so we're just going to take this and set the handle frame over. Get my bearings in here. Oh, blade's got some stuff on it here.
Have a good night, Gonzo.
So let's get it cleaned up a little bit. All right. So the first thing to understand in a knife, particularly a folding knife, the weakest link you are going to have in a knife is your pivot pin. So let's see if we can get that to focus. So most pivot pins are hollow tubes, and regardless of whether they're steel or titanium or something, they're typically, unless you get into the really high-end custom stuff or the ultra premium manufactured stuff, they're going to be at best a 410, 416 steel, on rare occasion 420, which these are stainless steels that aren't super hardenable. They could be often like 713 steel, or steels that you might not have ever even heard of, that have a level of toughness to them, but they're still going to be considerably softer than your blade. So where everybody's looking for maximum Rockwell hardness in a blade, um, you know, most of your blades, like if we go to Buck and Gerber, you can get down into like the 55, 56 HRC. And with some of the newer steels like MagnaCut, you can get up to 62, 63, and a few others up to 67. Well, you got to understand that most pivots are going to probably Rockwell between 40 and 45. So this is your first weak link in a knife. So when you take a folder and say you're going to be like, you hear people talk about, can I baton with a folder? The blade is perfectly capable of batoning, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the weak spot is going to be this, the pivot assembly. And you've got to understand that if you even have a thousandth and a half of play in there, you're getting an impact on your pivot barrel, and you're going to deform it. Also, the harder steel wears on it. That gives you some slop in there as well. So these are things to think about. Another weak spot is your stop pin. This is typically, these are going to be made out of 440C in most occasions, or a similar steel. And they just fit into a small hole in here. Well, again, you have your hardened blade slamming against it. And that's why they tell you don't flick knives. A lot of people will give it that pop, on top of the flipper. You're hammering a hardened steel pin against either a softer stainless frame or titanium frame. Both are capable of deforming and ovaling that hole slightly. And that's how you get some lock play over time. You can also, with your really crazy hard blade steels, you can get flat spots on your stop pin where you've compressed it. These are natural, unavoidable weak spots in a knife. And they're things you want to think about. These are the ones that you really can't do anything about. Another weak spot, and this kind of depends on how your knife is made, is with particularly liner locks and frame locks, is your lock bar face. And so with a liner lock, if it's stainless, again, it's probably not going to be as hard as your blade, and you're subject to some compression or deformation, some wear over time from different hardnesses of steels rubbing against each other. If it's titanium, you've got the fact that titanium is naturally softer than steel. It is susceptible to galling, so your steel blade can wear against it and create uneven wear if there's dirt or grit in there, and cause blade stick. So a lot of companies are using these hardened lock inserts. Some of these are, very generic steels. Others are blades made out of the same steel as the blade to give you equal hardness between the two parts. But the big thing to remember is if you have a straight titanium face on your lock bar, by hammering against it, like you hear people talk about spine whacking and things like that, you can compress the face of your lock. Even if it's steel, if it's not as hard as the blade steel, you can compress or deform the face of your lock on the handle frame. This will introduce a whole bunch of factors that can then cause a snowball effect through the rest of what we call the golden triangle, which is your pivot, stop pin, and lock base. Once you introduce play into one, play can creep into everything. So those are just some things to think about. These are weaknesses on a folding knife that you cannot get away from. They're present on every knife. And so you want to pay attention to how you use your knife. So another weakness is, particularly to EDC knives, is your pocket.
Really quick, Marshall. Bradford says, Marshall, I have seen some like Grinsmo use RWL34 for their inserts. And welcome, Help with Gadgets. Glad to see you here tonight.
Yeah, any blade steel that is of comparable hardness to your blade steel is perfect for the lock inserts. What you're wanting is equal hardness against equal hardness. So regardless of the steel for the insert and the blade, if your blade is, say, a Rockwell of 61, ideally you would like your insert to be a Rockwell of 61. This is going to give you the longest life expectancy against wear in your lock. It's also going to give you the most resilience for any kind of impact or torquing pressure from the blade into your lock base. So another thing that's a weak spot, and it's not a uniform weak spot, but they all are weak, is your pocket clips. And one thing to think about is the fact that when you turn it on edge, most pocket clips, the web of your clip is going to be between 45 thousandths of an inch and 65 thousandths of an inch. That is on the thicker side of sheet metal. Like the sheet metal you would shake around and wave to make thunder sounds. So regardless of what they're made out of, I'm sure plenty of you have bent steel clips, bent titanium clips. These are going to be a weak spot, and typically they're only anchored by 2 or 3 screws, sometimes even 1. These screws are all the hardware in your knife is very rarely fully hardened. They typically are made out of completely different alloys than blade steels. So these are all things to think about, that a clip is only going to be able to take so much flex, so much punishment. One of the beauties of titanium clips is that you can flex them and they have a nice spring to it. And that if you bend it, you can apply heat to the clip and bend it back and you're good to go. So those are some of the inherent weaknesses of handles. There's a lot of other weaknesses that come into different kinds of locks, but I don't have those types of locks to demonstrate here. So now we're going to talk about some of the weaknesses on blades. Your blade is by far the toughest part of your knife. It's the hardest material in your knife. Everything else in your knife will give in comparison to your blade. So things to look for in a blade to maximize toughness when you're shopping for a knife is look for nicely chamfered edges. So something that you may not know, and I'm sure many do, is every hard angle is a stress point for heat treated steel. So when you have a right angle or a crisp angle, that becomes a point of stress. So you want to relieve that stress, and that is by chamfering, or what they call putting a fillet on it. You know, it's just a little bevel to break that sharp corner. And with that, you remove stress points from the blade. Now, a lot of people think that having cutouts in the blade or arc tracks, finger choils, things like that are weak spots. They are and they aren't. So, in the sense of that they are, of course, you're altering the dimensions, often minimizing the dimensions of the cross section of the blade. That is making it weaker than it could be, but the steel is still always in its maximum thickness there, and you're getting a lot of rigidity out of it. You can take a lot away, and as long as you relieve the stress points correctly, you don't lose the amount of strength that you would perceive for the amount of material lost. Now, there's other things you can do to have a tougher folder blade. So a lot of knives, you'll see where I've got this half arc track here, they use an exposed stop pin, and the back of the tang here would hit against it. That is one of the strongest blade configurations. Another strong one would be how we have it on the ASGEIR. And instead of having your arc track cut in the blade, we have the stop pin pressed into the blade, and you have the maximum amount of material here. And you have very little likelihood of any breakage through the tang area of the blade. But remember that we have the pivot as a weak link, so often when you are prying or using your knife as a screwdriver, you're applying lateral pressure on that pivot, and even if it's a thousandths oversized, that's enough to put highly located compression pressure on your pivot that is made out of softer materials. With the Vindicator design with Kaiser, I chose to do a half arc track. And that was back before I understood that you can have a full arc track and you're not creating the weak spot that it would visually seem. So like here is a blade for a custom goblet, and I have an arc track all the way around here. And you still have all this meat to both sides, and that's going to provide you with a tremendous amount of strength, a lot more than you realize. And then your alloy is going to make a difference on that too. Like this steel here, I have no issues with this arc track because this is M398 blade steel. So it's one of your super steels. It's going to be incredibly tough. But these are just some of the basics that you need to understand, that you can avoid some potential weak spots on knives by finding chamfered edges. If you worry about the arc tracks, which are typically not an issue, get something with an exposed stop pin. You don't have to have a hidden or partially hidden stop pin. All right. So, oh. So do we have any
Welcome in, Paul.
questions or whatnot? Sorry, I've been just rambling on there.
No, it's fine. I've been answering questions and everything. Everyone, some wanted to know what it was. I told them it was the Kaiser Vindicator, and then it was currently out of rotation. And Lance says, I love this. I'm trying to absorb this like a sponge. I love learning.
Yep.
And Paul, welcome. I told him hello in chat, and he was laughing at me.
Okay.
It's like, I'm trying not to interrupt.
I was wondering what all the typing was. I heard that keyboard going.
Yes, and Kelly heard JoJo, who's in the room here with me, moving around. So, and Barbie, I got you set up on the Edge Alliance document, so you're good to go. You are currently set up for 5 to 7 p.m. So, yep, you're good, girl. Marshall, thank you. Learning things I had never thought to even think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of little nuances that go into it. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of knives are designed the way they are. Like they'll be like, oh, well, I don't like where this is located, or I don't like how this was done. And sometimes, not always, but sometimes it is actually a necessity that it be that way. And there's other ways to do it oftentimes, but then there's only so many ways to do things, and you start creeping over into the territory of where somebody could accuse you of copying somebody else. So it's trying to find that fine medium ground of how you can get what you need in there without stepping on somebody's toes.
Knives and Gear Insight says, I found out about one local knife store here in Arizona that does sell consignment knives and also really old or rare stuff. They have some really old Kaiser listed. Some I have never seen. The Rogue.
Oh, I think I remember the Rogue. That's a ways back.
And LCAP says, what do you think of CRK's lock interface design?
So I haven't handled a Chris Reeves folder in a very long time. Probably not since since the Sabenza 21. And the Sabenza 21, it seemed like they kind of got away from the way they had done it before. I actually felt the 21 was a step down in the lock interface. But other people liked it better. The only Sabenza I ever had was a Sabenza 21, and I wasn't as happy as the predecessors that I had sold in the knife shop I worked for back then. And I haven't seen any of the newer ones. I've heard mixed results on it. Some people love it or hate it. I think the Sabenza is just one of those knives that you either love or hate.
Knives and Gear Insights, the Zoo Gang, the Alien. None for Now says, did you use the same steel on your lock bar insert? I'm coming for that ASGEIR soon. A few days if I can sell my wife on it.
Yeah. So the steel isn't the same, but the hardness is. So you're going to have equal hardness, which is in that 61, 62
Caleb?
range.
And Caleb says, absolutely, I've been doing my best to design a flipper, but I look at it and think, oh, this company did this, and it looks so too similar to that. And there are so many knives, it's hard to be completely original. Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like just about every single aspect of a knife when you go to design one, it's been done. So, yeah, totally get you there, Caleb.
Yeah, the best thing I could recommend is look at a bunch of different knives and pick the features that you like and kind of draw them randomly, and then, take aspects from multiple different designs and then connect them in a very unique way. And that's probably your best bet.
Lance asks, Marshall, how do you rate the different lock types?
So that's like a really complex question, because you can rate them based on different properties. And so I'm guessing you watched Metal Complex's video recently, where he went over all the different lock types. I like to rate them by strength. You know, there's ease of use, there's fidget factor, there's a lot of different things. But what's a lock actually there for? It's there to prevent you from cutting your fingers off and the knife folding while you're using it. So I personally prefer to rate by strength. And I think your crossbar axis style locks, I think your grenade pin locks, those are going to be your strongest. Anything where you are creating reinforced interference against the blade folding. Minor locks are great. They're simple to make, they're easy to use, and if everything's done right, they're not inclined to fail. There can be some design attributes present in them that increase the likelihood. So, you know, it's one of these things that I typically rate, you know, crossbar or anything that has a bolt where you have a physical bar blocking the blade, and that bar is then reinforced by the handle frames to prevent it from closing. I feel those are the strongest style of lock, or like the Spyderco ball bearing lock, very, very strong.
I can't see what you're doing because you're at the corner of the screen.
Yeah. Let me slide this tray aside a little bit. So I'm just putting this one back together, and we're going to take apart another one here and check it out.
Lance said, I've heard it said 1,000 times that the triad lock is the strongest lock.
I've never taken one of those apart. I'm not the biggest cold steel fan. I'm not saying that their lock isn't strong. Typically, cold steel was something I didn't like their heat treat on a lot of their knives. I have a few cold steel knives, but I've yet to have own a knife with the triad lock, so I don't have any experience to speak on how strong it is. I've seen diagrams and I've heard people's stories, and I can tell that it's a very strong lock. But as far as setting it above others, I never had the ability to test it, so I don't know.
Paul Mills says, I like frame and liner locks best myself.
I like frame and liner locks as well for ease of use, and they're typically plenty strong. I actually find the liner lock to be stronger than the frame lock. One of the things you have to consider, let's open this up real quick and I can show you, is if your lock face is done correctly, you're not engaging across the entire thickness of the frame lock. So when everybody's like, oh, you got more meat up in here, you've got multiple angles. You've got the taper of your lock engagement face here that is tapering you on one plane, and then you're trying to only connect down here at the point. So you've got two intersecting tapers that you want to connect in one point of tension as far away from the center of the pivot as you possibly can. So that gives you the most leverage. So your only engagement is typically this corner of the lock bar right here, and you have both the lock face on your blade and the lock face on your handle tapering away from that point. So what does all this thickness give you? So now you come back, and this would be the weakest point of your frame lock, is the web of your relief well. If this is the same thickness as a liner lock, then really you have only the strength of like in this handle frame is titanium, you have only the strength of a titanium liner because your engagement point is small here and your relief well cut is the same thickness of material as a liner. Only a liner has a handle scale over the top of it. Here, your grip, if your grip shifts right, you can accidentally disengage that lock. You can cram that lock over and bind it up. A lot of different things can happen. So I actually prefer liner locks over ring locks. So let's grab something else to take apart and take a look at here. Let's take apart a liner lock. So I've got my Emerson here, and we're going to go ahead and bust out some more common screws. I've got custom titanium hardware on my CQC8. And there. And this is all titanium, so one of the factors I had to take into consideration is my pivot is not remotely close to as hard as the blade. So now let's take out our backspacer standoff screws. A little bit bigger.
What are you doing? My dog is over here aggravating me. She keeps begging for attention. Say hi.
Joni's got to be part of the show.
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to pull off this side here. And I've got some more pivot schmutz here. And I just sent my washer flying across the room. That's no good. Give me 1 second here. I don't want to lose that.
Lance said, I'm done with dinner, so now I can interact with everyone.
All right. All right, we're good. No missing parts here. Okay.
All right.
So here you can see what I was talking about earlier about having your stop pin that engages against the back of the tank. Here you have your lock face, and this is a rather large lock face, but at the end, all your pressure is engaging in one point. So that's part of why I'm saying, regardless of how you have your lock configured, all the work is happening in one spot. So the thickness, once you get to liner thickness of say 70, 80 thousandths, 90 thousandths of an inch thick, like you can see here, there's not a whole lot of reason to have much more thickness. If you want to put a hardened lock insert in, there of course is. You need that thickness to nest your lock insert into. But if you're just locking up on the material itself, you're going to have only a minimal amount of engagement there. And it really doesn't, to me, matter if you have a frame lock or a liner lock. Because you can see here on this liner lock, we have no relief weld whatsoever. So when this lock was bent, they're bending the entire thickness of the material. Looks like somebody's trying to steal the show over there.
Yeah. She wanted up, and then she was like being like Stevie Wonder. Her head was like this way, and then she was over. Yeah, she's being a busybody.
All right. So do we have any questions or anything so far? Did any? I can't really see the chat from this angle here.
Oh, okay. No, they're just talking about like the different locks and whatnot. Paul Mill said top liner locks are cool as well. Kayla, button locks are my least favorite, but the top liner locks are cool.
Right.
Kelly says she's partial to liner and bolster locks and absolutely despises free spinning pivots and back spacers.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
with the free spinning pivots, it comes down to, what kind of machinery you have available to work with. Like you'll find most.
And Caleb said none yet, Professor Marshall.
Too funny. So like what I was going to say is you're going to find in like a lot of custom knives, your pivots are going to be free spinning because custom knife makers, we don't have the machinery to do the D-pivot, So getting that flat spot in there to engage and prevent the pivot from rotating, that, is a very precise machine. Here you can see with Emerson, and this is very common of Emerson folders, is we've got two detents. We've got a detent on the lock bar and then a secondary detent tab for the other side. So you look at this blade tang here, we've got a detent hole here, and then we have it pass all the way through so that the two detents grab on both sides, but its side is opened up larger than the other here because you've got a smaller detent bar here.
Lance asks, Marshall, what driver are you using?
So this is basically, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but this is who Columbia River went to get their drivers. Unlike the Columbia River, this set came with the WIA bits, and it came with a leather roll that holds your bits. And it's killing me. You had to ask that. I can't remember the name of it, but they offer them in Zerk, titanium. They offer them in, I believe, a Damascus one. A lot of different options, and Columbia River went to them for the copper. Oh, they also offer it in brass.
Paul says, I have that same driver.
Yep. Yep, and it's is yours the Columbia River or?
He says mine is brass, and Lance asked microbits or a 1/4 inch.
These are 1/4 inch, and it's got the rare earth magnet in there so that the bits suck in.
I think your Wi-Fi is doing wonky things, Marshall.
Yeah, I'm seeing it all freeze up over here, and the picture's gotten really bad. Let me see. See if that helps any.
Hi, everyone.
Oh. Am I still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just have to switch the cams. There you go. It's clear now.
Okay. Yeah, I had to take it off of Wi-Fi. So, but yeah, you know, there's a lot of different techniques to how to construct your blades, and each of those will have different strengths and weaknesses. Say, for instance, like this here uses threaded standoffs versus that Vindicator. And the way a lot of the Chinese companies do it, let me go ahead and take this back apart real quick.
While you're doing that, Lance says, what bit seems to be the best? I find the other bits fell.
I like the WIA bits, WAHA or WIHA. They, to me, hold up better than everything else. But then I even sometimes modify my bits. So like everybody cusses at the T6 because they want to strip out. What I did is I go in and I grind my T6 down to a nub, getting up to the where it starts to increase in size right there. So this might be like a T6 1/4, T6 1/2. By grinding it down, it takes away some of that slop that allows the driver to strip the screws just by making it a snugger fit.
Non-pronounced says I need a tray like that. And he also said I couldn't keep a T6 to save my life until I started using WIHA.
Yep. And the WIHA will even those will even break. I about gave up on T6s, and then
okay, Lance. Lance corrected me. He said not what bits seem to be the best. He said WIHA bits seem to be the best. I find the other bits fell. That makes more sense, Lance. So yes.
But yeah, an old machinist taught me the trick of if you find that the screws that you're most often encountering, because you can see there's a curvature here, if you shorten your bit, it gets progressively wider. You can absorb the slack. So I like to have, like a proper T6 and then my stubby T6, which I use all the time, more than any other. And
non-pronounced says grinding them is a great idea. And welcome back, Fook.
Oh, welcome back.
He's asking if he missed all the fun.
So, couple of ways that I found that people do spacers is they'll either do like a solid back spacer and drill and tap a hole. You can have drill bit walk when you're drilling it and everything. That can make, different positioning of like up to 1,000th or 1,000th and a half because of run out in your drill press or variations in the drill bits. Also, the tip wanting to walk or your center punch not being lined up. So that can cause issues with blade centering, a lot of different things. Some people just drill a clearance hole and use a threaded standoff. There's nothing wrong with that. You still have the slop of how your holes in your liner fit around the screw and how the screw lines up. That can still throw some things off. A lot of new knives do what they call floating back spacers. And a lot of people may think that a floating back spacer has to be thinner and trapped where you can see between the handle frames and the back spacer, but that's not true. What makes it a floating back spacer is the fact that you have a standoff, and see if we can get the camera to focus here. You have a standoff with a shoulder. So you machine a recess and a shoulder inside your liner or handle frame, and then your standoff has a corresponding shoulder. And what that does is it allows your standoff to nest inside of your handle frame, and that guarantees identical parts lineup every single time you put this together. Like, this knife will, without fasteners, click together. You can pinch the handle frames together and actuate the knife, and all the parts will move and work correctly. And then you thread into your standoff. The back spacer itself, I could put this knife together without the back spacer in there, and everything would work as designed. So this is just a floating part that is trapped in place. And our Vindicators are made the same way. You have the threaded standoffs inside there and a floating back spacer that is just trapped between the two handle frames. And it could be this thickness, thinner, thicker, whatever, as long as the rest of your geometry up here in the pivot area is designed to match, you're good. There's no rules to how this part needs to be shaped or sized because it's not even a structural part of the knife at this point. And that's how I like to see knife handles assembled, is to where you have guaranteed lineup of all your parts. Every time you take it apart and put it back together, it's going to be exactly the same.
All right, so Ron Crow, welcome back. He said, I'm home now and watching
back.
the live on my 80-inch TV. Won't be able to miss a thing there. And Paul says, that's a good way to do it. I don't care for the floating back spacers that use small washers. And Ryder says, I'm here just working in the background. And he also says, yo, Marshall, you see the new tiger stripe camo I did? I did see it, Ryder. So
I haven't seen it yet. When I'm not on these lives, I'm basically running around like a chicken with my head cut off right now, trying to get everything done before the trip. And I have an answer to a question you asked, Adventure 50. Let me pull up our view here. let's see. Oh, wrong thing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I want to show. Can you blow up my the camera of me here for a moment, Marissa? I'm clicking on the wrong things. I was trying to be all snazzy and just blew it and do it, but oh no, not the tabletop of actual me.
Do what?
Blow up my camera. Yeah. We
got bigger.
Yeah. We got Adventure 50. I got what you sent right here. So you were asking if we had got it. It's right here. So.
And Caleb, did you send me a message on Instagram? I just want to make sure I have the right person. All right, go ahead, Marshalitis.
All right. Just going to put this back together here real quick. Got knife pieces and parts everywhere here. And what's this marshalitis stuff?
Because I can, that's why.
I see. I also always like, even though all the parts are indexed together, I always like to put my pivot screw in first so that I know my pivot is perfectly aligned, and then I'll come back and add in the other hardware and get everything started and then torque everything down at once. Give my pivot screw here a little bit of torque.
And while he's doing that, for those who have their YouTube knife channel, we have slots open for morning and shortly afternoon, and also from 11 p.m. to midnight.
All right, that's where I like that. Okay, now to put this.
Ryder, that was Marissa's way of saying she doesn't like it. I did like it. So just so you know. Non-pronounced says that is one pretty Kaiser. Did you do that anodizing?
The Kaiser here, yeah, I did the. This was my first attempt ever at the oil slick or lightning anodizing. Everybody's got different names. I called it cosmic anodizing or galactic. Everybody does it pretty much the same, I think, or at least with the same chemicals, but they have different technique that yield different results. I kind of liked this effect. I don't like it being so perfect and consistent like a lot of people do with that dense lightning pattern.
And welcome back, Splitting Slices. He also says, hey, Marissa, better marshalitis than marshalectomy. He's got a good point. Really good point. And Ryder asked, Marshall, can you take apart the big boy, the Tonto? The name escapes me. The Isonade.
The Isonade? Yeah, I can take apart the Isonade.
And none for now said it looks great.
All right. And let's.
Caleb said looks very cool.
This Emerson here was actually, it's kind of a rare one. It's got the Christmas gray scales on it, and then it's got an aftermarket titanium hardware set, and I may have lost a screw.
Ryder says Marshall loves to take apart knives at shows to the point where I bring him drivers, and I'm going to start bringing EDC trays. He said, I almost bought you one of those JRW cheat sheets for a mobile takedown.
Nice. All right.
You know, you kind of know you flick knives too much when your laptop has hits.
Yeah.
I look down and I'm like, yeah.
All right. And get this last screw in here.
Thank you, Kelly, for posting that link. The link she just posted is for the Edge Alliance. If you have a YouTube knife channel, which you guys also need to encourage Ryder to start doing his lives on YouTube, because he's being stubborn. He keeps doing them on Facebook, and I think he needs to be part of the knife tube community. So we need to harass him. And Caleb, he was like, you know what? Finally, I'm going to do it. And he did it, put out a great video. And, but yeah, Ryder needs to do the same. Tell him he needs to go live.
Yep. And he needs to produce more YouTube videos in general. All right. So it was asked for me to take apart an Isnade. This is a custom folder here. This is one that I've made probably a dozen and a half or so of these in the past, ranging anywhere from as basic as this prototype was, all the way up to full Damascus and Damascus builds. So
welcome, Aries EDC.
Welcome. We'll go ahead and take it apart because I kind of need to tighten the clip on it anyways. So let's get started. All right. So we will we'll start out here.
Ryder asks, I love my copper driver from Scout Leather Burnley.
Scout Leather.
Did you grab that at USN?
Yes, I did. Scout Leather. That's who did these. And they offer them in copper, zirconium, brass, titanium.
And yes, Aries EDC, I heard that you sold out fast. Congrats on that. Good job. Very welcome, Caleb.
All right.
You know it's good when it goes fast.
So here, this one is a little bit different kind of construction. I had mentioned it before, where it's threaded holes directly into your backspacer. And these here, I actually milled the holes in so that, it gives me absolute precise placement. But if you're going to try and build a folder on a drill press or whatnot, you probably want to do the floating backspacer rather than this method, because your drill bits can walk.
Take care, Splitting Slices.
Take care. But if you have a milling machine, you can get hyper precision accuracy here. So this has been the internals of this knife. Very basic, nothing super fancy. I have a hidden stop pin with an arc track. I have because of the thickness of the handle frames, I have my bearing pockets machined completely inside the handle frame, and then full thickness in the pivot with just the arc track cut for my bearings, and then a hardened stainless washer for against the titanium or carbon fiber, and my ceramic metal caged bearings.
Yes, Ryder. I'll post the link in there.
And then here we have the triple cut lock bar relief, just like on our ASGEIR. And then here I've got 3 internal screws for the pocket clip that is needed to be tightened up for a long time now. So I'm going to give these a good snug. Well, actually, I'm going to take the clip off and show you something, because this, everybody's seen that this has a forked pocket clip. There was something important I learned in making this knife, that for anybody that's interested in designing knives that thinks they want to do a forked pocket clip, make sure if you ever do a forked pocket clip that you only cleat one tine of the fork. Otherwise, you have to cleat them perfectly in alignment if you're going to cleat both. If your cleats are out of alignment, they will not slide smoothly in or out of your pocket.
Have a good night, Aries. And again, congrats on your sellout.
Yes, congratulations.
Ryder says, I think Burnley makes them for them and has his own version of you're having trouble finding them. It says some guy was 3D printing them with magnets and bearings and all, and I have 3 of them. Great solution for a knife maker to have more than one.
Yep. All right, let's.
And speaking of Ryder and the knives that he does and whatnot, I think it would be awesome to see some of those on YouTube, because I know a lot of people don't get over to Facebook.
Yeah.
So being able to see even shorts of the knives that he's working on, or and whatnot, would be awesome to see on YouTube.
You hear that, Ryder? You gotta step it up. People want to see your work. Market.
And Ryder says, same way we did my folder, huh?
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to them unless you're going to get into the crazy machined features, and then there's a lot more that you can do to play with there. I mean, this side here, it's just carbon fiber. I've got a hardened steel washer under there. The screws here are just nested into it and thread into the backspacer. You know, it's not everything has to be over the top fancy to be, you know, a good solid working platform.
Ryder says, who would have guessed? Down to the orientation, no less. And then he also asked, Marissa, has Marshall got you on a plan to make a knife yet? As far as like making one with my hands, I already had that in plan, but while I was out there in California, unfortunately, had so much going on that I didn't get around to doing the Damascus. But yeah, I'm still going to make my own, and but that's later on down the line. But as far as knife design, yeah, I'm already on that. That's for our Legion still. Like the one I'm going to make, who knows? I'm hoping I don't come out with a banana knife for, my first knife that I make myself. But as far as knife design, that's already got some in the works for Legion still itself.
Yep.
El Navajero, welcome. Yeah, no problem. Just kick back. And I got your stickers in today. And I actually have your package with your goodies over here on my desk, and it's going out tomorrow. Yep, sure did. I got them.
So yeah, so even on this big beast of a knife, there's still inherent weak spots, and even with as massive as this lock bar looks, it's still only as strong as this webbing in here. And it's by design.
Mad Yako, so did you look at the designs I sent over? Yes, we did, and we actually do like some of them. So you will probably be hearing from us on some of them here in the near future. So yeah.
Yeah, some things might be a little slow until after I physically get out to Mississippi.
And Ryder says, I'll go upload one right now.
Sweet.
A video, Ryder, on YouTube? Is that what you're saying?
He's succumbing to peer pressure.
That's fine. Well, like I said, not a lot of people. It's usually like Instagram, where a lot of which I know he's already there. So I'm following him.
So I'll show you this just because this is kind of cool. Oh no, it's my lamella again because I just love this knife. But here, if you look at this, you can see there's no handle fasteners on this side. No separate backspacer. No screw mounting hardware. And in fact, the only visible hardware on the entire knife is on the thumb stud. And the way they did this knife was just ingenious, because if you look in here, you can see there's all sorts of stuff going on in there.
Tyler said I got a light box and graph paper so that I can clean them up better. All right.
Nice.
And Caleb, the knife I was making ended up with micro cracking in the tang. I don't know what caused it yet.
Was it
and
carbon?
Welcome, Illuminati.
Caleb,
I was welcoming Bluminati. Okay, now your turn.
Okay. Welcome. Caleb, was it carbon steel or stainless? And how did you quench the steel? While we wait for that, I'll go ahead and take this one partially apart, show you some of the features of it. So this one kind of has a cool trick.
A knife that does tricks.
Yep. So this one here, you want to bring your blade to the halfway point and then come in here, and you see this.
Hang on for a second, because I don't know if it's showing up on their end, but you were kind of getting pixelated there. Okay, you're good.
All right. So we got this block, square block right here in this little square notch. That's where you click it over. Trying to do it at this angle is a little difficult, but you slide that little block forward. I need something with more reach here. Slide it forward, and then the back of the handle is one piece shell of titanium. And just absolutely crazy machining going on here. See if we can get this to focus.
Welcome back, Addicted to Blades 2. Is lurking and editing.
All right. So
I'm happy for the live tonight because I have been doing a lot of editing, and it was nice to go live tonight and take a break from doing that. So go ahead.
All right. So this piece here shows the lengths some companies, this is by Reich. It shows the lengths some companies will go to for purely cosmetic aspects. This started out as a solid block of titanium. And we've got all this decorative machining here. I mean, every one of these flat spots has sort of a little tiny machined channel around it. Camera's not picking it up so great. There, you can kind of see it.
I can see it.
You know, and these little inlets on the side. You've got your lanyard hole machined all the way through. All this work for something that simply covers up your screws to hide them. That is the only purpose of that part, is to hide the screws. Beyond that, this is just an inlaid liner lock. You've got two different kinds of standoffs back here. One that nests and makes everything line up uniformly every time. And then one that is a little more cosmetic that you can easily see from the open position when the knife blade is out. But this knife, without that entire part, functions like any other knife.
Addicted to Blades is wanting some cowbell. He put up a bunch of cowbell emojis, and Ryder said, I just put up a short. I am very easy manipulated.
Good to know.
Yeah. He said, I was working on a quick cut of our time in the shop before our live the other day, Marshall, but I couldn't get it done in time. I had to publish a part 1 as it's going to be a while before I finish. So,
All right.
Ryder, if you want to post your YouTube channel link so everybody can make sure they're subscribed to you. You guys, if you've seen Ryder on one of our lives, he was a guest. So if you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, make sure you do. He makes some awesome knives. So,
Yep.
yeah, go check him out. Support him. Y'all know how we do.
And he's easily manipulated, so I might try to get myself a free knife out of him.
And guys, don't forget, as soon as our live is done, Help with Gadgets is going to be having his 1K subscriber giveaway immediately after our live ends. So make sure you get over there and support him and possibly win something.
Yeah.
Bradford Mitchell did a super chat for $10. He said, everyone needs and wants some cowbell. Thanks so much for this class in knives.
Oh, you're very welcome, Bradford.
Hang on one second.
Guess what?
All right.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right. Do your thing, Marshall.
All right. Thank you, Bradford, for the $10 super chat. We got some cowbell. And we have some good news. So everybody was aware that the gong was on loan from Jason. And Jason was so kind that he has gifted us the gong. So that means the gong is now a permanent part of LSK. So that gong is for you, Brad.
Yes, it is. Bando Pix said the class has been very educational. And Caleb, to answer your question, said it was steel from a leaf spring I quenched in oil, by the way. Welcome back, Dan Stan. Glad to have you here.
All right. So if you quenched in oil and you got micro cracking, one of two things happened. Either you overheated the steel or the oil you were using was too fast of a quench for it.
Have a good night, Clint.
Have a great night, Clint. And either way, your steel cooled down too quick. That can cause those really fine cracks. And if you overheated it or heated it too long, that can cause grain growth in the steel. And if you didn't normalize it after, the blades can also crack, you know, as much as 24 hours after you heat treat.
None for now says I was the first person to get the gong. Yep,
Oh,
very
yes, you
true.
were. Yep.
Yep. I think we need to give him just some more gong. It's been a while for him, so.
We just haven't had a whole lot of gong lately. Or cowbell. There you go, none for now.
Let's do one for Caleb, too.
All right.
In celebration of his first video being awesome. There you go.
Caleb.
All you guys getting some gong. And I think we need to do a little bit of cowbell for Barbie.
All right. All right,
hope you and Rolf feel better soon, Barbie.
Yep, feel better.
I would do mine, but I have like other people in my house, so it's like really loud, but that's the best I can do. Like I said, I'm supposed to hold it up like this and shake it, but yeah. super loud. It's a lot louder than the one Marshall is using.
Yep.
So I might just put this one up here on the shelf and let it be.
We'll put it to work.
Yes. You know, it can just look pretty up there. It's Mississippi State colors anyway, so I need Ole Miss, like red, white, and blue. And Caleb, that was what I thought. It was very cold outside, and my quenching cylinder was probably 30 degrees cooler than normal, but I'm very sad either way.
So one thing that you're going to want to do with heat treating basic carbon steels is if you're not preheating your oil, you want to bring your oil to about 140 degrees before you quench. Otherwise, it just shocks the steel and you can make the steel crumble.
And Ryder didn't follow directions, so I'm going over here now. Welcome back, Brown Sugar. Good to see you.
Welcome back, Brown Sugar.
All right, let's see. I'm waiting for Ryder to be like, what? What'd I do? All right. I'm getting... All right, you guys. Here you go. Here is Ryder's YouTube channel link. So make sure you go and subscribe it. Check out his first video.
Yep.
Well, it's not a first. I'm showing that he just recently posted one. He has someone there, but he hasn't been like sticking to it. So we're gonna have to make
He's been
sure.
slacking.
Yeah.
You know what? He's gonna be at Blade Show Atlanta. We should bring this, to be like, you need to make more videos. And wow. It's padded. It won't hurt too bad.
And I'm commenting really fast just to make sure that, we're already subscribed, but I like commenting so that way we stay subscribed.
Yep.
And Caleb says, thanks so much, Marshall. I'm taking notes literally. I have my pad and pen out. Yes, Professor Marshall.
Well, one thing, if you're serious about learning to make knives, don't ever hesitate to reach out via Instagram or email with any questions you may have. I would be happy to answer them.
And Ryder, let me know when you plan on going live. Let me know when you...
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, let me know whenever you figure out your time slot. I know because we're posting everything in the slots as Central Standard Time, regardless of the time zone that you're in. And I know you're like 3 hours behind Central Time. So, yeah. Just let me know or fill in, throw your name in any of the slots. So that way we can get you in the Sunday lineup. All right, let's see.
I'm going to check out some of Adventures 50 stickers here.
And let me go.
Nice. Very cool stickers, Adventure 50. Thank you.
And in about 15 minutes, our live will end. And what?
Oh, it sounded like you said life, not live. And I was like, oh, wow, that's dramatic.
No, in about 15 minutes, our live is going to end because Help with Gadgets, again, is doing his giveaway for 1K subscribers. I just threw the link in the chat one more time. So that way you guys can just go directly over there. We'll be over there. We'll be there to harass all of you guys as well. So.
And something I wanted to put out there, we like doing educational stuff in regards to knives. So this evening, I'm going to go to our community area and put a subject post up. And please tell us, on there, if there's anything specific
I hit my camera.
Okay. If there's anything specific you want to learn, or that you have questions about in regards to how knives are made, why things are the way they are, fixed blades, folders, whatever, and we will either answer them for you in a video or in a live, or we'll bring a guest on that can answer them.
And we're probably going to attempt to do anodizing again once Marshall gets out here. I don't know why, but I just happen to love that process. I think it's neat, and I know there's several different ways that you can go about doing it and whatnot. So, we're gonna try and do it different ways. And
I know a different way we can do it. We can have you do it.
Oh, of course, I would do it. I love it. So, Knives and Gear Insight says we are all waiting on Melissa Backwoods to show up. I mean, MC showed up last time, right? That was funny because he was like, no. And Tommy is just, it's so humble, bless his heart. And he's like, no, he's not going to show up. And, and if he did, it would be nice. And, and all of a sudden he showed up and the Night's Edge and everything was like, I told you. So, that was nice that he did come and visit his stream. That would be pretty cool if Melissa showed up.
Yep.
Lance, the big sticker is the old design from when it was a motorcycle camping channel. The small sticker is the current logo with WDC and knives added. So when I was looking at his logo from like afar, I thought it was someone sitting on a toilet. And then I know I should be ashamed, but I was like, wow. Is this someone like sitting on a toilet, like camping or something? And then I look closer and I'm like, no, somebody's on a scooter. But I had to tell Lance that he's he's not going to talk to me anymore after.
Riding a camp toilet.
Caleb, it's the end of
the story.
It's the end of the world as we know it. And Ryder, what did I do wrong? Nothing yet. No, for now, I want info on anodizing. I saw Help with Gadgets do it a few weeks ago. We did it probably about a month ago now. And our system was just giving us issues that night. We were ready to set everything on fire. So we tried it again. But like I said, there's several different ways to do anodizing. And I want to address those different, styles and whatnot. So that way you can get different effects and such. So I love doing that. But that's definitely one of the things we're going to do. So we'll put Marshall in the corner and we'll just anodize away.
Yep. There's a lot of different techniques that we can demonstrate and make it a cool
Marissa,
video.
I have no idea where I dropped the ball because I told you to post a link and you didn't. So I finally went and did it, and you happened to post your link, your YouTube channel link, like right after I posted it. So you dropped the ball, but you picked it back up and ran with it. So you're good. You're forgiven this one time.
She's telling you were slow.
Yes. Adventure 50, that's funny. Yeah, I was like, what am I? And I'm so bad about that. Like someone will say something and I completely hear something totally different. And it's not selective hearing. It's just, and then when I look at things, sometimes I have to look at it twice to make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing, and half the time I'm not. So I think it's just, old age setting in.
Yeah.
Very true, Lance. Very, very true. Motorized toilet. Actually, if you're in the South, it's motorized turlet. So yeah, turlet.
Turlet. That's one of those things
Does
I'm
it
going to
take
have
Earl?
to learn.
Yeah. And Ryder says, my bad, I'm multitasking.
We'll get better at it. Marissa has standards. You got to live up to them.
And I need to put this knife down. Stop.
What are you fidgeting with?
Yeah.
Your blur?
It's addictive. I have to.
Every time I probably fidget with this one like you fidget with the blur.
But I tell you what, that assassin, the Kaiser assassin, that was a major fidget right there. I was just, yeah. I'm going to get another one, but I'm kind of like, maybe I shouldn't, because that's all I'm going to sit there and do. But while you're like fidgeting, like that's like when I'm editing or I'm working or whatever, and I need to like think something through, you're like fidget with it, and you get bright ideas. So.
Yep.
Helps you think. Yeah. Until you break out the Odin and it guillotines your thumb. Yeah. And then you're not thinking anything about the pain that's in your thumb. So, yeah. Fun times. I went out to Marshall's just to get hurt.
Yep.
All right, let's see. All right, so I am going to he's got a Kershaw leak on this table tonight. Help the gadgets. Y'all, I'm being nosy. Nosy.
Okay.
I do this.
Did he already start?
It's his thumbnail for his live.
Oh, okay.
Look. But Odin, just like chicken soup, is good for the soul.
Yep.
But no, I went to where his live is at, and he currently has 9 waiting. Yay! And he's got some goodies. He's got the Kershaw Witch Dinky. Yes, that's. He's got the Kershaw Leak. He's got some other knives there. So, yeah. Y'all go check him out. He's got, let me like it. All right. Looking to see.
All right.
And Mind of Milton is saying, fun fact, if you have a leak that is many years old, Kershaw will still honor the warranty. Yes, I'm reading in his chat. So, Mr. Eddie is like, where is Melissa? So, yeah.
Too funny.
And he has the giveaway link in the description box of his live. So he's doing an all subscribers and a members only, which is really cool. Okay.
Okay, nice.
So,
And None for Now posted something, but
he said, this would apply to you, Marshall, since you can't read it. I'm realizing I need reading glasses. That's not fun. Last time I thought that it was just my long eyebrows and my eyes. I told my wife, you just let me walk around like this.
oh
You guys,
wow, yeah,
go ahead.
she's been reading all this tonight because I needed my reading glasses on for working with the knives, and where my computer is, it's far enough away that it's in the blurry zone for my reading glasses. So I can't read much of what anybody's saying unless I like lean in, and then I can just barely make it out.
Yeah. And that's like mine literally happened overnight. I had perfect eyesight. And then it seems like next thing I knew, I went to go read something on my tablet and I was like, why can't I see it? And I started getting upset and I went to the eye doctor and she's like, no, there's nothing wrong with your eyes. Just you're getting older. I was like, thanks. So,
It's just the side effect of the 29 and holding.
yep. And Barbie is having a giveaway at 500 subs. So if you haven't subscribed to her yet, make sure you do. And None for Now says, really need them now. Oh, yes.
Yep.
But all right, you guys, we have about 5 minutes left before Help with Gadget starts his live stream. So we're going to head over there and join him and the rest of you guys. And we will see you guys again Thursday on our Thursday live. So everyone take care.
See you
Have
then.
a great night. And we'll be harassing you in other lives.
Oh, yeah. Expect the harassment.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to you
All
soon.
right, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.